It's nice out. And it's been a while since I ranted. I ranted about this on live, and I thought it would make a perfect rant for today. On a fabulous fucking Friday, we were talking about those fucking self-help books, motivational books, those super fucking capitalist, white nonsense books. They're just like, oh, you can be a millionaire by the time you're 50. You know, own a million fucking houses and make all this money and all this shit. Those books turn people into monsters. I fucking swear. And not that I've read all of them, I just noticed the kind of people that read these fucking books and the kind of people that they become after they read these fucking books. You know, the never stop grinding types, the always hustling types. And I think it's because these fucking self-help books, they target people like me and a lot of you. They target like 20-year-olds, right? 20, 30-year-olds. And it's really bad if you're a woman, by the way, because if you're a woman, the world is telling you all the time that your clock is ticking and you just don't have enough time to get done what you want to get done, and 30 is too old, and then apparently you reach 35 and you realize that no, 35 is actually a pretty nice age. Actually, 40 is too old, and then that's not true. Anyway, I feel like this culture has us fucking wasting the best years of our life, our prime partying, like traveling, baby making fucking years of our lives to be a cog in the fucking wheel of capitalism. You know, building equity, buy a fucking home, own this, own that, and all this shit. And I'm just like, it's so fucking frustrating. And a lot of it is unrealistic. You know, I always wondered, and I always thought about this when I was a teen. You know, all these like self-help books, they are all like, you know, they're all geared towards me, like, you can be the CEO. You can be, you know, the president of the fucking world. This, and that. Like, you, like it's written like anybody can be a fucking CEO of shit. And they sell like millions of these books, right? Millions. And you and I both know that realistically, not everybody is built to be a CEO. And not everybody wants to be a CEO. To some people, that's not what success looks like. So to some people, owning a home or even having a lot of money is not what success looks like. But the culture that we live in has made it seem like that is literally the only thing that fucking success looks like. And so it makes us feel bad if we don't want that. But not everybody is built to be a fucking CEO. You know? Some people are okay just being in the middle and having a nice, relaxing life. Like, that's good for some people. For some people, that's fucking success. But you're selling this to millions of people, like millions of copies to people who only a small percentage are actually ever going to achieve success in that way. So I feel like in a way, you're selling lies. You're selling lies. And then they always use themselves as an example. I'm like, this is how I did it. And if I did it, then there's no excuse that you can't do it. Even if they're like from the bottom up, even if they started homeless and all this, you know, if I can do it, then you can do it too. You have no fucking excuse. No, motherfucker, not fucking true. The things that had to line up in the universe for you to be successful are not going to line up the same for another person. That person, it is impossible for another person to walk in your fucking shoes, okay? I became famous on TikTok almost overnight. I could tell you, I can give you tips, right? I can give you tips on content production and how to be funny and how to work TikTok and the algorithm and all this. I can give you tips, man. I will help you out. I will coach your ass. Like, I would love to coach some of you. I would coach, but I am not going to pretend like I have some magic fucking formula to make you just like me, because it's impossible. The things that had to line up in the universe for me to achieve success overnight and get to this point in a very short amount of time where other people have been working for years and years. I cannot replicate that. I cannot claim to replicate that. I was just a bitch doing the best I could, okay? I am just a bitch who moved to New York to act and then got caught up in the pandemic and started making silly videos, and then I realized it worked, and because I realized it worked, I was like, okay, well, let me just go with what works and do my best. And I just kept on doing my fucking best. I just kept on doing what worked for me, and now here I am. But that's different for every person. You can't put that in a book. You can't put that in a book. You can't. Or if you were to put it in a book, it'd be very small, and that doesn't sell, right? It would be very small. The only self-help book that I really recommend is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, because it is literally like, it's such a much more holistic view of success. And it actually is more tailored to each like it can literally be tailored to each person and their own desires, whatever it is that they fucking want. But it's not telling you that this is the way to be successful. I'm not buying into that shit, man. It's a scam. And I'm not even completely sure if I want to own a house anymore. Owning a house is a lot of fucking work. I see friends, I see like colleagues that like own a house. They own multiple houses literally only because these books told them that they should. And they are spending so much money. They are in way more debt than I am. They spend so much money trying to keep that shit up. And it's so, and they seem so goddamn stressed. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I want that. Maybe I don't want to own a house. Maybe I am okay renting for the rest of my life. And that's completely okay, because I can't take my equity with me into the fucking grave. My fucking soul is not gonna give a fuck if I die as a homeowner or not. It's game over. It's game over. I'm not saying that there aren't benefits to shit like this and owning and whatever, owning a home and everything. And I'm not like saying don't fucking do that or you're a fucking, sucker. I'm just saying that there are so many more ways to be happy. That's not the only way. And I'll be damned if I'm going to use like these prime years of my life, like these wrinkle-free years, these wrinkle-free years of my life, killing myself so that one day when I'm 50, I can have $1 million and I can finally rest and be happy. I'm not fucking waiting to rest, man. I wanna have fun now. I wanna travel now. The fuck? And someone will come and be like, but Nikki, but that's short-term gratification. And you need to think about the future and long-term gratification. I'm like, yeah, savings account is good enough for me. For me, having a savings account is that long-term gratification. Or there's just other ways to plan for the future. There's other ways to plan for the future other than fucking killing yourself. Especially killing yourself at one job that treats you like shit, but you have the promise of that fucking retirement package. You have the promise of that goddamn, that pension. And this is the same shit that keeps people in the military. It's the same thing that people told me or tried to guilt me with when I tried to leave the military. And they're like, what about retirement? You're not going to retire? You're not going to blah, blah. And made me feel like I was being lazy or like I was being a piece of shit because I wanted to leave the military for my fucking mental health because my PTSD was so goddamn bad that if I stayed in uniform any fucking minute longer, I probably would have unalived myself. Just gonna say it, okay? No. Not falling for it. Not falling for it anymore. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. You only get one fucking life. Live it. Find the balance. Find the balance between responsibility and pleasure, which is why I recommend that book, The Alchemist. Shit, I'll put a link to it on Amazon so you can buy it. And I'm not even being paid to market this fucking book because I am just telling you. I'm telling you because I believe one of my personal life missions is to spread messages like this. Like, I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. I'm not buying into this shit. I'm not buying into this shit. Balance, responsibility, and pleasure. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to do things that you don't want to do sometimes. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to take jobs that you don't want to take sometimes. If I could, I wish I could just throw out almost every self-help book in the world, besides therapy books. Like, those are fantastic, especially for people that can't afford therapy. So good. I wish I could throw out almost everyone and just be like, yo, just do the best you can with what's at your disposal. Just do the best you can with the tools that you have. And go to therapy. Do the best you can with the tools you have. And if it works for you, then do it. If it works for you, like, just, notice it and be smart. I tried to be Instagram famous. I was like, maybe I can be famous for being pretty. And I'm not unattractive, but for some reason, that was not my X factor. It didn't work for me. It worked for other people. Some people have gotten famous literally just by standing in front of the camera and looking pretty. I don't have that X factor, I don't think. My X factor apparently, my X factor wasn't even the thing that I'm the most good at, singing. It's comedy. Didn't know that. But I figured it out. I found that out. And I went with it. You just never know. You cannot replicate somebody else's steps to success. And you cannot generalize what success looks like. And you cannot make somebody feel bad because their version of success is not what this American capitalist, very white culture has framed it to be. Because not everybody can be the CEO, and not everybody wants to, and not everybody should, by the way. Okay? Not everybody should. I can be a CEO up to a point. I'm an actor. I like being a dancing monkey. I like being like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. That's what I am the best at. Like, that is where I live. This makes me happy. This is success to me. Don't ask me to direct anymore. I'm so tired. Directing makes me tired. Like, for some people, that's success. For some people, that's success. And maybe that'll change for me. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Like, just do your best. Be kind. And see a therapist. That's it. It does not have to be this difficult. It does not have to be this difficult. I'm sick of us being, I'm sick of, like, especially my generation being preyed upon with that thought that this is what it has to look like. And we're killing ourselves. We are absolutely fucking killing ourselves. And luckily for me,